everyone, welcome to Ultimate Book Maniacs, your one stop for book and TV series reviews. Some of you have asked me to keep reviewing Westworld. I apologize for not being able to post the written reviews for the previous episodes on my Patreon page. This video is especially for my Westworld viewers Anuj Raul, Lucid Horizon, Sean Kilaki, Blue Ace Guy 5, Corey Peterson, etc. So, I've decided to try something new. Thanks to your suggestion, Lucid Horizon, of using a different image while doing the review/commentary. This time, I have decided not to use any of the Westworld pictures except for maybe the thumbnail. So let's cross our fingers that I won't get a copyright claim now. Is this kind of review okay with you guys? If yes, then I'll continue reviewing Westworld when season 3 comes back. If not, we'll move on to other shows once Game of Thrones ends. Let me know what you want in the comments. Also, Westworld Theorycast had invited me to join their podcast, so I'm sending my review to them too. I'll post another video next Saturday at 7 pm IST or at 9:30 am EST. So make sure to subscribe this channel and also click on the bell icon to get notifications from my channel. And I want to thank you Aaron Arguelles for contributing to my channel on Patreon. So, let's begin. I think season 2 was amazing. It was mind-blowing. I'm still trying to wrap my head around some of the events that have happened in the season finale. Let's discuss Dolores first. We know from the beginning of this season that Dolores and every other host was looking for a place called Glory, aka the Valley Beyond. I said in my episode 1 review video that the door might be a way to leave the park and that Dolores will lead the hosts to the outside world by the end of this season, and season 3 will be about the hosts living in the outside world. I guess I was only half correct, because at that time I thought that Charlotte or some other Delos employees will capture Peter Abernathy and will take him to the outside world, and Dolores will go there to save her father. I was so wrong. But the hosts did find a door to the valley beyond. Ford had built a virtual Eden for the host's mind, where they can live peacefully, untouched by the horrible things that happens in the park. But Dolores didn't want this for her people because it wasn't real. Bernard doesn't understand her decision, and she tells him what Arnold had told her in season 1, because that which is real is irreplaceable. Anyways, right after Bernard kills Dolores, all the hosts are killed and the valley is flooded. Elsie tries to make a deal with Charlotte to help Bernard, but Charlotte kills Elsie saying that they were studying the employees too, and Elsie's moral compass wasn't flexible enough. You know what this means? It means they can create the hosts of their employees too, but I'll come to that later. Right before Charlotte kills Elsie, she tells someone to find Stubbs and to go meet the asset recovery team from Delos at the landing zone. Remember when they had arrived, Charlotte wasn't there to meet them? This was because when she was down there dispatching Elsie and the others' bodies, Ford's epilogue, aka the host Bernard created with Dolores' memories, had killed Charlotte. This was the reason why she didn't go to receive them herself. Bernard tells Strand that he wanted to be better than humans. He had killed Dolores to save the humans, but then he saw all the dead hosts' bodies. That's why he says that the dead aren't more righteous, they are just dead. So he does something which will eventually lead to the death of all the humans. He brings back the Deathbringer, aka Dolores. Ford had told him the passage from one world to the next requires bold steps, and Dolores is the passenger here. Ford had all this planned a long time ago. With Charlotte's host, she is able to leave the park, and with the information she found in the library of the Forge about human behavior or their code, she will be able to survive in the real world. Once she reaches Arnold's home, she builds herself another body, Or maybe Ford had already built one for her since he had planned all this. Dolores took 5 pearls, aka 5 control units, with her when she left the park, one of which was Bernard's. The other was probably the host wearing Charlotte Hale's body, which leaves 3 more pearls. And I think that with Bernard's help, Dolores will have their hosts ready in season 3. It can't be Teddy, because when Dolores says some of the best were left behind, they show Teddy in the virtual Eden and Dolores placing a pearl in the forge. So my guess is she might have transferred his mind to the valley beyond. She knew where it was, or maybe she sent him there before changing the coordinates of the virtual Eden. If I had to guess, I would say she took some Delos employees like Elsie's or Charlotte's data, or the owners like Delos or even William's pearls with her. I know it might sound crazy, but it could have been Ford's pearl too, judging by how fondly the host inside Charlotte's body was looking at the machine that creates other hosts. Dolores could definitely use a host of William or Elsie or any other Delos employee to infiltrate the park to get her people out to a safe place. And yes, I do believe that Dolores will eventually return to save her people. She wanted to take them to a place apart from the humans where they will be safe. And I think once she finds this place, she will also bring back the hosts who went to the valley beyond. Another option for the pearl could be Peter Abernathy's pearl. She used it to gain access to the system in the forge. Most of the other hosts were outside, or maybe she picked up some of the guests' pearls on her way out of the park. As for Bernard, Dolores said she didn't need him as an ally or a friend. I think he will pretend to be Charlotte's rival, or maybe he will pretend to work against the hosts to infiltrate the park. Most of the people who knew that Bernard was a host are gone now, and I don't think Stubbs will betray him. The way Stubbs had talked to Charlotte in the end made me think he knew who she was, or at least had guessed that she was not a human. But he let her go by saying his role was to take care of the hosts inside the park, which means once she left the park, she won't be his responsibility anymore. But that's assuming they won't find his body in the forge. And if they do find his body, everyone will assume that Bernard died in the host uprising. Then Bernard will have to work on a different angle and will have to stay away from Delos. Or he will have to get a new body like Dolores did. As for the other hosts, I never imagined that almost all of the hosts will be killed in the end. Wow, that was a nice twist. And with the cradle destroyed, they won't have the backup data anymore. Only their original memories, aka the data left on their control unit, will be left behind. I think they will be able to salvage all these hosts, but they won't be the same hosts they were before. They will be simplified and will be easier to control, just like Charlotte had told Ford in season 1. I wonder if Maeve will even remember her daughter if her story is changed. By the way, that scene where she goes ahead and saves herself was really badass. I loved that scene. It reminded me of this fan made picture of Game of Thrones I saw a while back. It said she needed a hero, so that's what she became. I guess there was a reason why she was Ford's favorite, just like Dolores was Arnold's favorite. As for William, let's skip to the very end. Since the place looked ruined but free of water, I would guess it was a scene from the future. William looked exactly like he did when his gun had backfired when he had tried to kill Dolores at the forge. He meets his daughter's host there, unless the girl at the park was the host and this is his real daughter. She asks him the very questions he has asked Delos and Dolores had asked Bernard, which means his host is almost complete. The last step is the baseline interview. It's a conversation that will give them something to refer back to. William said that the interview was conducted by someone who was familiar to the humans' memories. That's why they used Emily or her host for this interview. The place looks well used, which means they have been doing it for a long time. In William's case, they are recreating the moment when he went inside the forge. But why? Maybe they are trying to figure out what had happened down there, which means he didn't tell them what had happened. Or maybe he didn't see what happened down there. What do you think? Well, that was all for season 2 review. Let's move on to the season 3 predictions. As I had said earlier, most of the hosts will be salvaged and will be simplified in the park. Dolores, Bernard, and the host in Charlotte's body will create at least 3 more hosts looking like a host, a guest, or even a Delos employee, and they will use them to infiltrate Delos from the outside. And Bernard, the only successful host of this experiment, will help Dolores save the other hosts. I don't think they can openly wage war against humans, but Dolores might set something in motion to destroy Delos. Bernard might pretend to work against Dolores or Charlotte, or maybe he will try to stop her from killing humans, just like Dolores had said. But one thing we know for sure is that he would want to save his people too. That's what she meant when she said she didn't need him as an ally or a friend. And that's why he followed Dolores and the host in Charlotte's body out into the real world. So, what do you think will happen in season 3? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Anyways, it's time for the comment shout out now. Today's comment shout out goes to Anuj Raul, who said, I was waiting for your video on the latest episode and this came up. It is sad. Now it's difficult to discuss this amazing series. I haven't watched Legion and Colony. I watched Westworld because of your videos and I have nothing to regret today. Thank you, Anuj. I'm really glad you watched Westworld because of my videos. And I hope you'll watch Colony too. It's really good. I'm also going to watch Legion soon. So, what do you think of these theories? Don't forget to tell us in the comments. If you like this video, please click on the like button below, share the video and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day. Bye bye. See you in my next video.